Hello everyone, this is Ashee from Crafting with Ashee and welcome to this video. Thank you for stopping by today. This is the card I have to share with you. It's a very simple thinking of you card, and it's actually embossed here in the background, though I know it doesn't show up very well on the camera, but you'll be able to see that in the still shots that you'll find on my blog post, and you can find the link to that in the description box below. And this is a card we made in an online card club. I host an online card club in my Facebook group every month. And if you want any more information about that, you can find that on my website. And this is one of the cards we made, so I thought I'd share this with you today. So let's set that aside and bring in our card base. Our card base here is gorgeous grape. It's a standard A6 card base. That's an A4 sheet cut in half and then folded in half. And then I've got a piece here of basic white that measures 14.35 centimeters by 10. And we're going to use this just for our insert. So I'm just put a bit of Tombow on the inside. And, whoops, knocking things over, of course. Put that on the inside. Now on the outside here I have another piece of basic white, the same measurement, but I've actually put this through the Zinnia embossing folder, and this is an online exclusive, and it's a lovely embossing folder, lovely floral embossing folder. I really don't think the camera's going to pick any of that up, maybe there sort of, but you'll be able to hear some of that texture. I always think it's funny that you can hear texture, but you can. Definitely with embossing folders. Okay, so I'm going to put that on the front, and this is just going to give some interest outside of our focal image. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do and get out the way is some stamping. So we're going to stamp our sentiment, and we're going to be using a new stamp set from the new catalogue, and it's called Simply Said. And it's basically some lovely sentiments, simple sentiments, and we're going to use this one. Says thinking of you. Let's just see, here it is, and then I'm going to find a block, and I'm going to use my grid paper to get this as straight as I can. So if I line my sentiment up on the grid paper and then line my block up as well, that hopefully will be straight. And then I'm just going to stamp this here to one side, sort of get my paper straight is always useful. And then I can line everything up as straight as I can, hope for the best. Yeah, no, just changed my mind. I want it to be further in than that. So, same as before, that's why paper has two sides. Yeah, happier with that. And then I'm going to clean up as I go along, always, with a simple chamois. As you know, I'm a great believer in cleaning up as you go along, so you don't lose anything, and you don't let your projects end up in an open ink pad. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside to dry, and I'm going to work on our flowers. So I'm going to bring in my silicone mat to hopefully contain the glue. I'm also going to use my Take Your Pick tool. Now I've got here from the Painted Lavender die set. I've die cut, these are the florals, the green pieces are from the star here. And then these two I've cut out of Highland Heather and Gorgeous Grape a few times. And I've just put everything here in a little tub to contain it so it doesn't run away from me. So now I'm just going to start to build my flowers. So I'm just going to poke out any little pieces that need to be poked out. That will be fine. And to be honest, there's no rhyme or reason to the way I make these flowers up. I just start sticking in whatever way I think looks nice. So I'm going to actually just put some blobs of glue down here, rather on this than on the flowers. I found that much easier. Take my pickup tool, make sure it's still sticky, and then I'm just going to pick up pieces here, and I'm going to just alternate some of the colours. Just decide how I want them to go, just so sort of a clump of flowers up the stem, like that. And then I'm going to do 3 of these, so I'll do the other 2 off camera so you don't need to watch me. But I'm going to do a little bit as well of offsetting here and there. So that it really looks as full as I can get it. And that'll be my first one. So we've got just a whole stem full of blooms. So I'm going to do 2 more stems like that. Now one's fallen off, and that's because I didn't let it sit and dry before I moved it. So let's give that a push down, set that aside to dry, and I'm going to do the other 2 off camera, and I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so I've got my 3 flowers here. So now I'm going to work again on my sentiment, and I'm going to want to cut it down to 10 centimeters wide. So I'm going to bring in my trimmer quickly. There we go. 10 centimeters. Now I'm going to mat this on a little bit of of gorgeous grape. So I'm just going to use my seal, see if it'll work. Okay, it's still got some stuff in it. It's getting towards the end of its reel. And I'm just going to mat so I have a little border, top and bottom. Sticking to me. Haha. Okay. Long scissors with a longer blade makes this so much easier than a short one. Going to cut off at the side there. Now you could do this with your trimmer, but I'm going to just do this freehand. Like that, and that will do me fine. Get rid of all these pieces here, all these scraps that we don't need. And then I'm going to stick this down to our base. Well, actually I'm not. I'm going to stick it down on the one side, and a little bit on this side, and that's it. And that's because I want to be able to tuck. So, okay. Now I'm going to arrange my flowers. You can see here now I can still tuck. However they want to go. I think that will be fine. So remove that one, and I'm just going to put a bit of glue down the centre here. Just, you don't need loads. It's not wanting to go anywhere. This is not dry yet. And then if you want to squirt any glue in there, you can. last piece in. If I want it somewhere like that. Okay. And that's what we've got so far. I did want to add a little bit of detail to the flowers because I felt they needed to be lifted a little bit. And to do that, I'm just going to use the matching Gorgeous Grape marker. And I'm actually just going to add some dot details to all the petals. You could use a Highland Heather marker for the Highland Heather, but I just stuck with the same marker. And I think this just gives them a little bit more life. So any matching marker with a finer point, and I'm just not paying too much attention, just going for it like that. Okay, now normally I would add some bling, but if there's a thinking about you, I'm not sure bling is appropriate. You can do what you like, but there you go. There are the two cards. Very simple thinking of you cards. I hope you like them. If you do, I'd be grateful if you could give it a thumbs up so YouTube know. And please don't forget to subscribe to future videos. If you're wanting more information about the project, the supply list, the measurements, etc., it's all on the blog post on my website. And the links to that and all my social media links are in the description box below. So thank you again, and until next time, enjoy being creative. Bye.